Okay, today we are reviewing Yeti's first backpack. I believe this is the first backpack line for Yeti. This is the Yeti Ranchero 27-liter bag. It also comes in a 22-liter bag. And I gotta say, this bag is baffling me. If you asked me, what are the top 5 companies you'd like to work with? Yeti would be in that top 5. I really respect them as a company. I've always wanted to work with them. I do love their products. So when Yeti reached out to me and said, hey, will you try our new backpack line? I was like, yes, I'm ready. So I booked a trip to Joshua Tree. I took this bag and you're never gonna see that video, but let me back up real quick. Let me tell you all the good things about this bag before we start getting into it. Now, if you don't know, Yeti bought Mystic Ranch, a bag company, outfitter company, and one of their big things in their bags and their design is this 3-zipper design that allows you to access the middle of the bag, like so, without having to actually go in and pull out all the stuff. This is really nifty, right? If I have a camera sitting down at the bottom or a lens I need to get to, but I have a bunch of down jackets and food and stuff sitting on it, I have to pull everything out to get to the bottom. And this eliminates that problem. I do find this zipper system to be really effective. There is a lot of internal compartments. It allows you to carry a 15-inch laptop. So when I'm going to someplace like Joshua Tree, it's pretty nice. I'm able to pack this up, pack it all with my gear, put my laptop in here. It looks cool. It traveled through the airport real well. My confusion with this bag and basically where this review is gonna go is I've been asking the question since I've got this bag, who is this for? Obviously, Yeti sent it to me. I would hope that they saw what I do, how I travel, and they thought, yeah, this bag would be good for him. And if you go on their website, which I have, and seen this Ranchero, you're going to see a lot of outdoor-centric photos. They have a video about this bag. It's going to include a surfer. And for me, I'm not exactly sure who surfing would need this bag. You don't need your laptop to go surfing. Are you going to stick a $275 bag into the sand? Maybe. They also have the tagline or some sort of phrase at the top of the page built for if you're going to the gym, which makes more sense to me. It's like, this is a good gym bag. I can put my gym stuff in here. When I get to the gym, you know, I can set it up. It sits up. That's one of the designs of this bag that they're really proud of, is the fact that this bottom allows you to sit the bag just like that, and it doesn't tip over or anything. And then you can lay it down, you can open it up, you can access all your stuff. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense for the gym. What caused me to abandon my shoot in Joshua Tree is the fact that this technology that allows it to stand up, well, to make the bag stand up, you need to have a pretty hard bottom. And one of the hardest spots on this bag is right here. Right here. It is a hard plastic that sits on your lower back. And I set out on a hike in Joshua Tree with Mikkel to shoot the functionality of this bag. And about a mile in, this bag started to destroy my back. That hard piece of plastic just hit right here on my lower vertebra, and I had to abandon the shoot because I wasn't going to ruin the rest of my time in Joshua Tree carrying around this super uncomfortable bag. The other thing is, these side pockets, they claim they fit a water bottle. It's good for a water bottle, and it is. It's really designed for their 27-liter Yeti water bottle that fits perfectly in the side. Like that. Man, this water bottle is heavy, it's big, it only carries 27 liters of water. As someone that needs to hike with equipment and go out, and maybe I'm hiking in Joshua Tree, 27 liters of water isn't great. I mean, that's not enough. This bag has no functionality for a camel's back or some sort of water reservoir system. It would be really cool if they were able to design it where this laptop compartment right here could also be utilized for a camel's back. Doesn't seem super hard to me to do. I'm no engineer, but if there was some way Yeti could design this to fit a laptop when I'm traveling through the airport, and then a camel's back as well when I take it out hiking, that would be super useful. They boast some functionalities like this thing that holds your keys, I guess. The bag comes with these straps that you can fit across the bag. They say it'll hold your yoga mat or a down jacket. I don't know, I spent a good hour, 2 hours putting these on, trying to figure out how to make them where, you know, hold my tripod and stuff like that. And really, I don't know if you buy this bag, why you would have these or use those. They make it so it's harder to get into the middle compartment here with this middle zipper, which is the whole reason you would buy this bag in the first place. So to have something go over it like a compression strap and just make it so you have to have extra steps and it's more of a pain in the ass to get to the middle compartment. There's a little strap here. You can see this is so that you can strap this to your, you know, roller luggage bag if you're traveling through the airport. This is the Osprey Stratos 34. Before I got this, I've been traveling with this thing. This is the bag that I usually travel with. If you see my video on Everest Base Camp, you'll see that I am carrying this. It's what I flew to Nepal with, and then I packed all my camera gear in this, and I hiked 2 weeks up to Everest Base Camp. As you can see, it doesn't sit up. It doesn't have the middle zipper. There is a middle zipper, but you know, it works differently than this one. But unlike this one, it has room for a camel's back. It's got a little bit more room. It's lighter weight. It's also $200, so it's $75 cheaper. There's a top pocket up here where there's nothing to actually, well, maybe there is. There's something in here that I guess can hold your keys if you really want to. But there's plenty of compartments. I can fit stuff in here. There's straps on the end that work way better than these straps. So if I want to put my tripod in here, I can put my tripod in there, click this all together, and it works really well. I mean, I just want this camel's back thing to be more useful where I can put a laptop in there. So usually if I take this, I'm not putting a laptop in it. That's one of the big downsides with this thing, because I do sometimes want to take a laptop with me when I travel. But other than that, like the not sitting up thing isn't a big deal. I guess the fact that I have to pull stuff out isn't really a big deal. The fact that I can hike all day, every day with this thing and it doesn't hurt my back. It's got waist straps to help me hike. This is much more like if you are going outdoors for a day trip, I would much rather have this bag. The one thing that both bags need is an ICU. ICU stands for, I believe, internal compartment unit. Basically, this is a little thing that fits in both bags and voila. That's where I put my camera gear, and then that goes in the bag. It'd be really cool if there was some kind of feature with this bag. Maybe it's an add-on where I can add just some sort of photography or gear compartment in the bottom of this that makes it easier to get to. Right now, the way they're advertising it with just cameras loosely being put in this bag, you're just never gonna do that. You're never gonna do that. You're never gonna put your expensive camera loosely into a bag like this. It's just, again, it's just like, who is this bag for? And when I keep coming back to that question of who is this bag for, I always think of the same person. It's a business owner that needs to travel out to New York City, and he wants to show up to the meeting with his laptop, with his AirPods, with his notebook, and he wants to be the cool guy that has a really nice, super cool Yeti bag as his laptop bag instead of some, I don't know, something probably called Brooks and Dunn or something like that kind of bag. Like, that's the person that I feel like would use this bag. People that are surfing, hiking, taking pictures, people like me, I don't think this bag is for you. I would much rather go with a day hiker from Osprey or a company like that. That makes a lot more sense to me, and I'm gonna get more use out of this. Either way, the company that learns how to implement this into their bags, that's a winning idea, and that one's for free. Take that with you. Anyways, that's the Yeti Ranchero. If you want to see that trip I took to Nepal, where I use this bag. It's right here somewhere. Thanks for watching. See you next time.